Hello, everybody, and welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to everybody in the live chat. So wonderful to see you. Fantastic to see all those members as well. Welcome, everybody. I'm Natalie. This is Scientology Life After a Cult, where we talk about the Scientology news that has the internet buzzing. We talk about my 35 years in the cult, leaving with 3 generations of my family, and I do other videos and interviews throughout the week. So be sure when you hit that subscribe button that you set the notification bell as well, so you get notifications when we go live. Everybody who's here right now, if you could all please head over to your nearest like button and smash it, tap it, however you do, you boo. Thank you so much to the mods here today. We got Nancy, Dip Me and Glitters here, Grace Kelly, Mama Opal. Look at us growing this channel. It's so exciting. Are you Jellens here? This is fantastic. I love a weekend because we get more of a full crew. I absolutely love that, which is great because as per usual, we have a ton to cover. It is already just a fabulous day. Let me just tell you guys, we're having a great day over here. Guess how I woke up? I woke up this morning at like 6:15, which is a good hour or so later than I normally do. So that alone was glorious. But then what did I open my eyes to? This handsome man holding a cup of coffee. My Tony. I had shared with you guys before that it's the little things that I sometimes miss when he's dealing with fatigue and we'll be doing stuff like that. But what a great way to start the day. It really was. I loved it. If you guys follow the channel, you know, like that is huge for me and for him. Nothing like a handsome man bringing you coffee in the morning. Love that. Okay. Hey, Mike Brown, did you sleep in too? Did I see that? Ooh, this chat is moving fast. Mike Brown says, I slept in doing dishes now and listening to Nat. Good times. Yes. Now, in fact, I already told Nancy tomorrow after our live stream, we are totally rating Mike Brown's channel because he has a video coming up tomorrow. It's at 11 a.m. Central Time. That's my time. That's what I know the notification said for me. So you got to go check it out on my Mike Brown's channel, but that is tomorrow. And we're going to make sure we're done by 11 a.m. because I want to get over there and watch it live. So I'm glad that you're here with us today, Mike. Okay, let's see where we're at here. There is this travel blogger who goes around to, I think, a different country every month and shares about it and talks about it. His name is CAMDEN David. Doesn't that sound too like a travel blogger's name? CAMDEN David. I love it. I'm jealous. That's a great name. So anyways, he was over in Cape Town and you are not going to believe what happened. Given the subjects we cover on this channel, I think you can kind of guess, but there is a twist. There is a twist. Did you know that in South Africa, Scientology is using children to recruit for Scientology on the beaches of Cape Town? Let's give this a little listen and then let's discuss it.
Things like that, in South Africa. But again, I really do think it's worthwhile visiting. One interesting, kind of weird thing that happened right down here. So see if this thing will focus. Down there, like at the beach, I was laying there, and Sarah and I are laying there, we're tanning, and I hear this like tiny voice, like really soft whisper, like saying something like, "Excuse me, like I can show you the light." And I'm like, I turn to Sarah, I'm like, is that being directed at us? And we both are like, nah, it's probably not. A lot of people on the beach. And then like, again, "Excuse me, hi, I'd like to give this to you, show you the light." Turn, and it's just like little kid, like had to be like 5 years old. And this kid hands me a book and I'm like, "Oh, thank you very much. What did I do to deserve this?" He's like, it's hoping to brighten your day. I'm like, "Oh, thank you. He runs off back to his parents. I look at this book and I'm like, "What the heck is this thing?" And Sarah and I are reading through this and we're like, "Wait, this is like a Scientology book." The kid comes back like a couple of minutes later and is like, "Hey, like I can help explain, like, I can teach you more and stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you very much. No, I'm good. Thank you." And he's like, "You already know it?" I'm like, "I already know it. I know it." He's like, "You know the way?" I'm like, "I know the way." But somebody else might have a lot of value found in this book. So why don't you go get this and talk to your parents? And I'm like, oh gosh, this was weird. That has nothing to do with Cape Town itself. It just happened right here on this beach. And it was kind of one of those weird experiences that you're like, huh, what is going on here? Just one of those interesting things. So
How weird and random is that? But I love that he shared it as part of his vlog that he does when he travels. It's definitely a weird experience. And I mean, it's just disturbing, right? What else do you say about it? You guys have been making some great comments in the live chat about it. Tell me what you think about that in the comments. If you're catching this on the replay, no slack and jump on in there. Scientology using 5-year-olds to recruit for Scientology on the beach, to recruit tourists. Is this what's happening? Ew and ick. So to brain scrub. Whoops. Hold on. We lost the ears. To brain scrub from that horrificness, we are going to take a look at a little something that really made me happy. That's not the right side. All right. Let's take a look. It's something that's just going to like scrub our brain from this and get us back into a little bit more enjoyable Zen morning. But then we'll talk about other stuff that's just going to jack you up. So hold on to your seats. Hold on. There is a new channel that's just come out that's going to be covering Scientology. It is called CULTOLOGY with Doctor Who Heather and Summer Savage. Don't know if you guys have already caught this. If not, you should. Link down below to all the videos that I'm talking about today so that you can go ahead and watch them later. They're already all there. I'm like feeling like on top of it today so far. The day is young, though. We shall see. Check this out.
We are thrilled for you to be here. We would like some suggestions on what you would like us to talk about. We're going to talk about current events going on in Scientology, obviously. We're also going to try to cover other religions. So if anybody has a story that they'd like to tell about, say, the Baptists or the Presbyterians or the Catholics or the Mormons or the FLDS or any other cults that you can name that we don't know anything about yet, we'll do the research and we will have you on and we will happily share your story. Heather, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I'm just really excited. I mean, Summer and I talk all day long anyway and joke around. So we figured we might as well joke around with you.
We are thrilled.
I agree. If you're going to be talking every day, any day, anyways about this, put it in a video and do it online. Appreciate that. I love new channels popping up, new content creators. The more people we can get on here on YouTube talking about Scientology, exposing Scientology as a human trafficking cult that it is, and other cults at the same time, I say bring it. Let's make it a party. The more, the merrier. So if you guys see stuff like that, let me know. Natalie at lifeafteroccult.com. Send me a link, send me a clip, send me a timestamp to a video that I'm looking at. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you to all of you who do that on the regular too. There's a few of you that have just been really awesome at doing that. And I love what catches your eye. And so often I'll be mostly listening because I'm usually trying to do something else at the same time. And I'll think, oh, I need to remember to go back and clip that. And I swear there's many of you out there who send me the same stuff. So thank you for reading my mind. I appreciate it so much. Let's talk a little bit about this Leah Remini lawsuit. There's a little bit of an update there. So let's see here. There is an article here that we are going to take a look at. Leah Remini appeals anti-SLAPP ruling in suit versus Scientology. Now, it says that attorneys for Leah Remini have filed a notice of appeal regarding a judge's mixed ruling in March on the Scientology Church's anti-SLAPP motion. Friday's filing comes 2 months after Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Randolph Hammock ruled that portions of Remini's case against the church could proceed for now, but eliminated enough other parts of it to prompt the issuance of a church statement proclaiming the ruling a, quote, resounding victory. Of course, doesn't that sound like, let's be real, right? Scientology math, right? They would be like, well, I was going to say something inappropriate, so I'm not going to say that. But no, can't do it. Okay, let's go back to this article. Okay, so resounding victory and stating that its lawyers will seek attorney's fees, which they can. Guess what? So can Leah Remini's attorneys can also seek those legal fees. Goes on to talk about Remini's lawyers' 40-page court filing, including a copy of Hammock's March 12th final order, but does not elaborate on how the actress attorneys believe Hammock ruled incorrectly. The church also is appealing Hammock's ruling, an anti-SLAPP strategic lawsuit against public participation. For those of you, myself included, who always forget what SLAPP means, strategic lawsuit against public participation. So this motion is rooted in a law intended to prevent people from using courts and potential threats of a lawsuit to intimidate those who are exercising their First Amendment rights. So there's a little bit more that it kind of goes on for, but you know how we roll here. That's the gist of it. If you want to read it in its entirety, you can check it out down below. So it is good that this is continuing on, but it's always so interesting to hear it from Scientology's point of view. I love hearing their statements on it because it's always not just, this is, it's a step forward in the direction that we want to go. No, it's a resounding victory. Pocono Pluck. Now I really want to know what you were going to say. You may never know. You may never know. Okay. Did you guys watch? I know you did. I know you were watching JDSA over in Hollywood, just off of L. Ron Hubbard Way. And Jay met a couple who came from, I believe it was Reno. He is an ex-Scientologist. She is an ex-Scientologist, an ex-Sea Org member, and a second-generation Scientologist. Her mother, or I don't know if it was her mom or her parents, well, she's going to tell you when I play the video, actually started Scientology in Reno. So she goes way back. She was in the Sea Org. If you guys, tell me in the chat, tell me in the comments, have you guys heard of Janet Grady? She does Scientology Peeling the Onion. That's a channel here on YouTube. But Janice Grady worked with L. Ron Hubbard. She has amazing stories of what was happening within the Sea Org back in the day. Well, this woman says that she knows her and was in the Sea organization with her as well. And she and her husband came out with, I do believe they brought a camper and RV, which that made me even more excited. I'm going to need an inside look at it because I think their rig was parked in front of Jay's and it just looked awesome. And I love a good RV tour. I really do. When I'm not consuming Scientology content, I am watching RV walkthrough videos like it's my job. I need to make it my job. I keep saying, I want to bring those two worlds together to some degree. So I do believe they are the Rosses, Mr. and Mrs. Ross. They're out there with Jay. Let's take a little look at this.
Or show us who they are. Show us
guys. So my folks opened Las Vegas in 1960, then Reno, Nevada in 1967.
And these were missions?
They were called franchises back then.
Okay.
But yes, missions.
Okay.
And then Lake Tahoe in about 1969. And then from there, pretty much we got out of Scientology. Both my parents died, and then I was like, hell no.
Had your opportunity because there was probably no point of disconnection at that moment.
There wasn't. And
Awesome.
The influence that my mother had over me was no
Right,
longer.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
So we were in the Sea Org together with Janice Gillum Grady. I was anyway. Yeah. My sister and myself. And that was that was 68 to 69.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were actually in you were actually in org. That's impressive. That is awesome to know that you made the transition, pivot, and shift into the free world, and you're now speaking your truths. And
and the reason I do is the children.
Right.
It's Laura's story. It's Miriam Francis's story.
Yeah.
Serge Omar.
Yeah, that one.
Wow. I never wanted it. I never asked for any of it, and so I really understand where they're coming.
You're able to connect with them
Yeah.
deeply, which I can appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah, their stories are so powerful. Even on an outsider's perspective, I'm able to connect with their stories extremely deeply, just because how important they are, and how they're really raw stories, so it's kind of hard not to feel emotion when you're hearing and learning about this stuff.
Well, I have a story or two of my own.
Nice. So maybe we'll have to do like a panel or an interview one day if you're down. I'd love to sit down and have like a formal, sit down where we're casual chatting.
Love that. Love that. Looking forward. You better to do it, Jay. Otherwise, I will do it too. Because I have a million questions. But I would love to see Jay do it right there on L. Ron Hubbard Way or right off of there. That would just be so poetic in so many ways. And I think a real full circle moment possibly for Mr. and Mrs. Ross there. Hey, oh no, Nora. Give that like button a touch assist and subscribe. I love how you say that, Nora. I absolutely love it. Nora did a great video yesterday. I need to finish watching it. That's why I don't have a clip of it right now. You guys know, one of my favorite things to talk about is Rebecca Minkoff, the Scientologist who is on The Real Housewives. And I had so much fun. I was in line at the pharmacy and just cracking up, Nora. It was great. She does a deep dive into Rebecca Minkoff. So head over to Oh No Nora later and check that out. It was a good one. She was there was information I didn't even know. I thought it was great. And please, 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 Real Housewives of New York, make her a cast member. I know she's not bringing a lot to the table right now because she's doing the Scientology. I feel nothing. I'm not responding to your jabs because I'm keeping my training routines in and you can't bull bait me. And Rebecca, just up your game, man. Just bring a little bit of drama or you're not going to be brought on as a cast member and we are all going to be upset about it. Never thought I'd be cheering on a Scientologist that way. But again, this is not about being anti-Scientologist. I am against Scientology. I would love for her to do the show. Maybe it'll open her eyes. When I did more things away from Scientology, got involved in other projects and expanded my world more, that helped me leave Scientology. And I hope that happens for her because come on. She needs to get out of there. Especially with that family, I swear. Nora gets into the whole thing too, so you can check it out. The whole family thing is absolutely crazy. Now, MD Media 18 was over near one of the Scientology, I was going to say Scientology businesses, which is a correct way of describing it. And he was going through doing another thing we love watching is the dumpster diving. And he found some interesting packaging. Some of you who were in the Sea Org before might recognize this, Galaxy Press, and might know a little bit about what's up. If you do, let me know in the comments or in the live chat. Let's look at this. MD Media 18.
May 2010, it's on sale. They're a little out of time. Which label, Kate Chiquita? This one or the one before that? This one. Someone take a screenshot of that. The Carnival of Death. Okay, thank you. Have you seen the image, these book titles? The Carnival of Death by L. Ron Hubbard?
No, it sounds good.
No, you don't want. That's no good. Scientology's no good. Yeah, have a great day, ladies. That sounds good. She didn't know. Oh yeah, here's a good one. Here's a good one for all you Hispanics. Ready? 6-gun Caballero. Isn't Caballero a cowboy?
I do think so. Galaxy Press, isn't that part of author services where they have been entrusted to take care of L. Ron Hubbard's fiction works? Because when L. Ron Hubbard died, discarded the body, as Scientology says, so he can continue research and blah, 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 whatever. Remember, his wife was still alive, right? He still had a few children alive. But do you think they were getting anything? Now, I don't know for sure exactly what his wife ended up getting, but the rights to his fiction works, all of that, where you could still make some money off of it, supposedly, that's author services. That's what they're doing. So that was really interesting that he found that and shared it with everybody. I think there are some of them were those actual books? I did not know that. Some of them I recognize as books, but there were also Pulp Fiction that he had written before that were part of magazines. So was it part of that? Okay, so KT PETA says Galaxy Press is in author services. Okay. So it is part of it then. Yeah, neuropsych, they did have a fight over the estate, as I understand it. We should, that'd be a good one for Sins of Scientology to cover and do an episode on. Otherwise, maybe we'll do a deeper dive into it too. What happened when he had those children? Oh, Katie Bell, did he have children? He had 6 or 7 children because he had like 3 or 4 wives. One of them technically wasn't really a marriage because he was married to somebody else at the time. These are the things that Scientologists do not know. In fact, today, as it stands, that I'm aware of, L. Ron Hubbard only has 2 surviving children, and only one of them is still in Scientology. So you start off with 6 or 7, and Scientology is so great. L. Ron Hubbard is so wonderful that at the end of the day, one of his kids is left in Scientology. So much to go through there. I mean, there's just a lot to talk about and cover, but we won't get too distracted. That is totally a deep dive to get into, though. Yep, Astral Flux. That's right. Just one of his. Wait, what? Not in Scientology, though. That I'm aware of, none of his grandchildren are in Scientology. Unless you know something different, let me know. Let me know. All right, so let's take a look at this now. Did you guys see on multiple streams that there is a German... Are they a documentary crew? I kind of missed a little bit of the before. So tell me in the chat if you know. They were there filming. They were with Dan Walks LA. They spoke to Scientology Audit Streets LA. They spoke to DOA. We are going to look at a few of this and see what was up. But tell me in the chat if you guys know more about it. Did they say specifically, are they independent filmmakers? Are they there for a specific outlet? Like, what's the squeal? Do you guys know? Anybody know? Anybody know? Okay, let's take a look.
So we are in front of Applied Scholastics, one
And they're speaking to Dan Walks LA. This is from Dan's stream.
of Scientology's many front groups. This one is geared towards children, tutoring and educating children based on the works of L. Ron Hubbard, the Scientology cult founder. This place indoctrinates children into the cult. They use L. Ron Hubbard's study technology and methods, all his materials. Scientologists actually think that children are adults in small bodies.
Okay, was that Barbie that just walked by? I think it was.
Who have had several lifetimes and have refound their parents. That's what Scientology thinks. This place is not for free. It does not serve the community. They indoctrinate children, and it's very dangerous.
Why is it so dangerous?
Because if you are a child in Scientology, you cannot consent. And this is one way to start roping the parents into Scientology and convincing them that the cult is helping the community. But when you are in the cult, you cannot consent. Child auditing is abuse. Auditing in Scientology is one of the very many things that people pay for. So,
Okay, this was so interesting that they were out there. And I just got to say, Dan did a great job. He really did a great job explaining about Scientology, specifically the ties to Applied Scholastics, which is a front group for Scientology. It's also a way that they make money. You can have, here's the thing, Scientologists can open their own front groups for Scientology. You could open a tutoring center or a school and charge money, and you use L. Ron Hubbard's study technology and stuff on how to handle kids, and then you pay Scientology a fee. It's like a licensing fee. Think of it like a franchise for using L. Ron Hubbard's technology. So Scientology is still making money. So Applied Scholastics, you can have these little offices around or be an independent doing it as well and making a living that way. Total front group for Scientology. That's part of how they get people in is, oh, your child's dyslexic. Oh, your child's struggling in school. We can help them. And they work with the child. I don't know what their success rate is, but then that is a feeder line for, oh, you know, your child still seems to be having a hard time. What's happening at home? And from there, they recruit the parents into Scientology. You know, there's a film you can come and watch about children and raising children, and there's a course that you can take on how to handle children, and your children can do the children's communication course at Scientology, not that far from here. So don't get it twisted. It is totally a Scientology friend group. So he also, I thought Dan did a wonderful job of sharing what his motivation is for protesting, how he got involved. He shares it with them as well.
Like I said, there's a lot of individuals doing this, and people are on their own time doing their own thing. And sometimes it's great to meet other protesters, but we're just out here whenever we can be.
And what's your regular job?
I'm a video editor.
Okay.
So here in Hollywood, yeah, I'm an editor.
Yeah.
Yep, in the industry.
Okay, so it's not about the money you do with the Scientology YouTube channel. It's more about like you really want to reach.
Don't get me wrong, having a YouTube and the people that support it sustain this, absolutely. But no, I work a full-time job. This is a passion of mine. I've been following Scientology since the Leah Remini series, since Going Clear, those documentaries back in 2015. And I have some friends that are ex-Scientologists. And just hearing their stories, hearing all the SPTV stories on YouTube, hearing about the abuses towards children and people who don't have a voice, elderly people, I couldn't keep quiet. I couldn't keep quiet, and seeing all of these petty tactics that Scientology attacks towards the protesters, I couldn't stay quiet. Like I said,
look how cute that guy is too. Yeah, he did an amazing job. He really did. I agree, Farrah. Dan did amazing. I thought it was fantastic. It made me so happy to see him out there and have that opportunity to go ahead and speak with him. They also spoke with Scientology Audit Streets LA. I think they were outside the testing center. They were around in that area. The background noise is obnoxious. You can't hear a ton of it. But he goes on to explain how he got started with the protests, what was said to him that really pushed him over the edge to inspire him to continue to come out and expose Scientology as a human trafficking cult. He did a great job as well. Unfortunately, there's so much loud noise in the background that it's really hard to see what he's saying, but that is pretty much what I gleaned from that. And it looked like, too, they got quite a bit of footage and spoke to quite a few people. I can't wait to see what happens when this comes out, like what this becomes, like what the deal is. And I saw your comment there. We are getting to the nun clip. I did see that. That's right, Farrah, the good father. Yep, Ruth, it'll be interesting to see what they do with the material they've collected. I agree. Hey, Blow Drill. Good to see you there. Yes, Germany strikes again. I know how to count to 3. Ein, zwei, drei. And I'm not even sure that is right. That's like all about the German I know, despite taking a little bit of it in high school, which I only did because you guys remember that album by Nina, 99 Red Balloons? Well, back in my day, we listened to albums. They're like these disc things. And there was an A side and a B side, and the B side had all their music in German. So I thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to take German and then I can understand this. Yeah, it didn't work out that way. It did not work out that way. Okay, let's talk about this run-in with a woman, with a nun. Let's see. There was an assumption that she is a Catholic nun. She was speaking to Dan and Mindy, and she was saying like what she supports, I would assume in her, church or organization, and they were educating her on what Scientology really was. It sounds like she even might have had a little bit of propaganda about what Scientology was and what they stood for. Hey, Eric Rader, good to see you here. So let's take a little look at this.
Stop breaking apart families. That's what we want.
Oh, okay. Right.
That's what we want.
Yeah, we support families.
We support families.
We support families.
We support kids who don't have a voice, who are abused in this. That's why we are here.
I think they support families too. That's how I know them though.
Does this not look? It says all are welcome. Does this scream all are welcome? Do these tarps and those hedges back there scream all are welcome?
It does not, Dan. It gives cult. It gives cult.
They're trying to hide. It's all the facade. It's a business. It's a money-making real estate scheme. Please do. You're delightful. Yeah. Do you want to go in and ask?
Yeah.
She's gonna go in and ask? Jesus God.
So she's actually going to go in. So she goes in, and I'm muting it because you cannot hear a lot. That guy got awfully close to Mindy there. The door is locked, but they can see. They have cameras inside. They don't need to open the door. Interestingly, they unlock it for her, which made me kind of be like, had she really never been in there before? Because how'd they not know she wasn't somebody just dressed up as a nun like Confident Chris was at one time, right? I don't know. Okay, I got to the end of the video. I didn't see her come out. Tell me in the chat or tell me in the comments what happened. What happened to the nun? Did she come out? I didn't see it. Now they might have had her leave from a back door or a side door. Valerie is saying, I don't believe she's a Catholic nun. Okay, I don't know why I thought that too, but I thought that. Okay, so Don Holt is saying the nun said they let her use their bathroom all the time. So they are used to seeing her. Okay, interesting. And they do that. There was a food vendor who Scientology would let her go in and use the bathroom. It does seem that Scientology, the nice thing about them, I guess you could say, is if you're not against Scientology, they'll let you use the facilities for your group or whatever. Yep, Zippy, she gives none. She does give none, but I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Yeah, me and Taz, exactly. She's been in before. That's kind of the idea that I got. Oh, interesting, Kyle. She looks like the original nun Chris saw. You know what that could be? She could have been in there using the bathroom at that time when Confident Chris saw her, which started the whole nuntology and nun outfit that he came out with. Matt Elliott, this is exactly what I was wondering. Nation of Islam nun, by the looks of the clothes. I don't, because I'm not familiar enough with an NOI nun to know what they look like. I didn't even know that they had, do they call them nuns? I don't know that she introduced herself as a nun. Could she just be, like a sister? I don't know the terminology of it, so I don't really want to speak on that too much. But you guys tell me if you know. Because it could be they don't call her a nun in the Nation of Islam, or she could really be a Catholic nun. I don't know. I just was really curious about it. Blowdro, good point. Scientology rents their facilities to other faith-based groups as a safe pointing measure. Ding, ding. And safe pointing, Scientology goes around and tries to rub shoulders with legitimate organizations because this is the L. Ron Hubbard School of PR. He basically says, if you stand close enough to somebody doing actual real work, people will think that you're doing the actual real work. So Scientology lends out its space as a venue and then does press releases claiming that, oh, we had a food drive. Oh, we reunited families in the Hispanic community who were separated. No, you didn't. You provided the space. And you know what? Good for you for doing that. I'll give you that. But that's about all you did. That is all you did. It's all about the space. They are a venue. Scientology has gotten to the point with all this $1 billion in real estate. They are basically a venue because nothing is going on in there. Ooh, good question, Zippy. Would a Nation of Islam nun wear a cross? I don't know. I really don't know. So Robin's Nest is saying she had a cross on. She's not with the Nation of Islam. There are a lot of nuns from Africa. That could be the case. Exactly. Well, somebody will find out and get to the bottom of it. I do believe. Okay, so then in the evening, we go over to Danny's Impact. Danny has a stream that we were taking a look at. And let's see here. I do believe the German film crew was out there as well. This might be when they were actually speaking to DOA. Let's take a look.
Hey, Daniel.
You can see Danny's putting up some posters there, really going at it with the tape, making sure it stays. And there's DOA talking to the German film crew. Good luck getting those posters off, Scientology. You're going to need some type of something to cut, I believe, or peel tape off. I don't know. But it was great seeing this German news crew going around, interviewing different people, finding out what's up. And I cannot wait to find out what's up. What do they do? What does it become? And I just hope that they do it in English so we can all see it. All right, let's see here. Oh, Becky. Let's talk about Becky. Pincha Becky. Love her, love her, love her. We got a couple of clips from Becky's stream to take a look at. And that's right, Fluffer Squirrel UK. OSA needs new peel tech to get those posters off. That is so true. That is very true. Okay, Becky was out there because apparently you see what happened was there is an event, I believe, happening today. So we're going to find out what's up about that. But it appears to be a Salvadorian community event. But Scientology got a permit to close the street. So again, is this Scientology providing a venue? Are they using the inside space? I don't know, but I know that we're going to find out. And Becky was trying to get the what's what on the permit and all that. Let's give it a listen.
And she invited me here personally for tomorrow. So again, for tomorrow and Sunday from 9 to 5. She told me I can come over here and have pupusas with her, okay? So if they hold the permit, and that's what you're telling me, that they hold the permit? Okay, let's go see the other permit, because I don't believe it.
Let's go talk to the other, to the actual people. We're going to drive over there. We'll meet you. Where are you guys actually going to be?
They're
Here's the thing. Becky gives real auntie energy. And you know what you do? You listen to those aunties. I know in the Hispanic culture, in the Polynesian culture, it is the same thing. When an auntie says something, you do it. You don't question it. When my auntie told me, take your hair down, guess what I did? I took my hair down. You listen. You do not question. And I feel like when she talks to the police, it's kind of like that.
over there.
Where the truck is.
The lady in the red. I know your vision is probably.
The gray truck right there, boss?
Yeah. No. Yeah, go tell them that that Becky is not allowed to come in tomorrow because it's a Scientology event.
Yeah, I never said it was a Scientology
No?
event.
Oh, you told me they held the permit?
They have the permit for the street closure.
Who has the permit for the street closure?
The venue. Yeah.
The venue. Did you hear that? He referred to Scientology as the venue. The venue has a permit for the street closure. How much you want to bet, though? Because we're going to be watching, because you know Scientology loves a good press release when something happens that they're standing next to. We're going to find out and hear about the Salvadorian event and how it was there, whatever, what. So I'm glad that people are there and are going to be checking it out. And Becky's been out there just spreading the love, making food, sharing. She's been amazing. Like I said, lots of anti-energy. And she even offered to make some food for them.
These days when you're off duty, because you say you can't do it on duty.
It has a look of improprietary.
I know. When you guys kind of sit over there for a half an hour with them, I know that feeling, and I don't want you guys having that feeling with me. But I will invite you. I will even come out and make enchiladas. What do you want? Enchiladas, pozole. I'll even bust out the mole because I know how to make it from scratch. And I'm not talking Doña Maria's here, okay? I'm talking straight up Mexican cooking, the kind that my mama and my grandpa used to make. Yeah. Come on, you know you're tempted. It's not a bribery if it's free for the community. So what?
I just love that so much. All I know is I am like starving listening to that. The more she talks about it and describes it, and the fact that you can tell that her food is just made with love, that is the secret ingredient, and she puts it into it. Oh, and it's so beautiful. You can tell he was wishing. And I love too how they're like, well, it would be like, look a little bit of impropriety. Oh yeah, like it doesn't look like that when you don't show up for protesters, but when Scientology calls because somebody took a little bit of chalk on the sidewalk, you were there in minutes. That doesn't look funky or like you have some type of bias. But what do we know? You're right, Jen. I can hear the cops' bellies grumbling. Absolutely. How do you not? It just sounds so good. Don Holt says, enchiladatology. Oh, take my money. Take my money. Sign me up for enchiladatology. Sign me up for it. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? This is from JDSA from his stream, where I just love it when he gets excited. I don't even know sometimes what he's looking at. I'm like, oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? And he did see something really cool. Somebody there who's anonymous was holding a sign and taking advantage of Scientology's wonderful landscaping lighting to light up his sign. Check this out.
Bro, look at this. That is freaking badass. Bro, you
Isn't that great? There's a little bit of a glare from where Jay's standing, but you can see it, like, danger, Scientology destroys families. That's just fantastic. Talk about using what's around you, look around your surroundings and figure out what can you use to protest Scientology. And using their own lighting like that, I thought was hilarious on so many levels. Yep, I loved it too. I loved it too. Auntie little late, but yeah, Auntie's word is law. I agree. That's how it has been in my family. In a lot of cultures and stuff, it's like that. I remember having friends from the mainland when I was in Hawaii and hearing how they would speak to either their parents or aunties and stuff like that. And I'd be like, oh my God. I was just ducking because you knew the slipper was, or you thought the slipper was going to come flying and it would never come. But if you did that at, on my Polynesian side of the family in that house, you would find a slipper flying real quick in your direction if you spoke with that kind of disrespect. Okay, where are we at? Do you guys recall? We were talking about, I've shared a couple times how in Scientology, and one of the reasons why when I'm protesting, I love to yell that David Miscavige is a squirrel. He alters Scientology technology. The Ideal Org program is a fraud and squirrel, and not per L. Ron Hubbard, because Scientologists are very indoctrinated to follow L. Ron Hubbard to the letter. Well, guess what? Did you guys know that this Ideal Organization scam is actually a violation of L. Ron Hubbard's own policy? So as much as they're supposed to follow it to the letter, what David Miscavige has done in his effort to insert himself, right, as the new cult leader, as the new source of Scientology, he created this Ideal Org program, which is totally, if we build it, they will come. Let us bring in money from parishioners. Let us take it from your bank accounts. Let us jack up your credit cards. Let us take those college funds, if you even have one, and let's put it all into buying giant buildings for Scientology. And let's spend millions to renovate them. And let's put the cost on all of the parishioners and tell them that this is the only way to freedom. And if you get in trouble with Scientology and you need to make amends, let's tell people that writing a check is what will achieve that. Spiritual freedom through donating to the Ideal Org program. Now, when I left, a lot of people were pushing back on this, and this was 14 years ago, because it is a clear violation of L. Ron Hubbard's policy on fundraising. Now, this never, hardly ever gets pointed out anymore in Scientology, because if you do and you question it, you are against command intention, which is a phrase in the Sea Org. You are, you're counter intention to David Miscavige and all of his stuff. So there is a clip of a protester in New Haven. Fluffer Squirrel UK sent me this, who uses that exact quote. I have been looking for this and I couldn't remember it, and I don't have any of my old Scientology books. And here it is. This person, I think, reads the actual reference that says this. And this is valid to bring up to Scientologists when you're protesting. Did you know that fundraising is against L. Ron Hubbard policy? And I'm going to share with you now that actual policy. Let's check this out here. This is in New Haven. This is the Scientology Geek over here. Ooh, hit that subscribe button. I thought I was subscribed. I might have been unsubscribed, which reminds me, everybody, check your subscribe button and make sure you hit that like button as well. Thank you for doing that. Okay, so check this out.
4th February 1964, org programming. Why is there fundraising when Hubbard specifically advises against it? Quote, if the org slumps, don't engage in fundraising or selling postcards or borrowing money. Every time I myself have sought to solve finance or personnel in other ways than Scientology, I have lost out. 4th February 1964, org pro.
So that's when the policy was from, February 1964. And you heard it. I got to make sure to make note of this because I want to, or if somebody could transcribe the exact quote and email it to Natalie@lifeafteroccult.com, that would be absolutely amazing, because I want to share it again and again. And maybe somebody can put it on a sign. Maybe we could put it on flyers and remind people that David Miscavige is violating L. Ron Hubbard's policy on fundraising. Blow Drill says the Ideal Org also violates the fake Scientology policy on worshiping mess. That's right. Mess in Scientology is matter, energy, space, and time. It's basically physical stuff, right? The physical universe. Ooh, that's how I wake up Osa. I didn't mean to wake you guys up. Go back to sleep. It's okay. You can just halfway watch the video, zone out. Not much happening here. So sorry about that. But it's the physical universe. It is physical things. And L. Ron Hubbard had clear policy on not worshiping these physical things, on not thinking that you have to have this big, beautiful space before you can deliver Scientology and Dianetics. Now, L. Ron Hubbard's BS too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like saying that, oh, but if you follow L. Ron Hubbard, it's going to be so much better. No, but this is something that can make a difference in the mindset of a Scientologist, because many of them have either one, forgot that this policy exists, or two, they're newer, because we're talking, this program's been around for, oh my gosh, 15 to 18 years. They never knew about it, right? They might have been younger or kids and not studied it. It's from a policy letter you're not easily going to find. Trust me, Scientology is not making it easy for anyone to see it on account of they're not supposed to be doing it. It's a blatant violation of this. Yes, it is. Abraham says, this is why I believe once Hubbard died, David Miscavige took things into a very different direction, down a more sinister road. Yeah, that's true. He definitely put his own twist on it, and definitely L. Ron Hubbard had his own sinister twist. But you're right. David Miscavige took it to a whole new level. He really did. So let's take a look now. Let's pop over to Denver, where OOP Media is. And he just was out there, doing his thing, protesting outside the Denver org. Let's take a little look at his video and what was happening. And I know the second you guys see it, you're going to know what excites me most about this video when you see it. When I see these things, I got to slow the car down. I got to turn and look. I'm going to look it up and down. And sometimes I want to get into it. So when you see it, you will know. You can shout it out in the chat if you want, or in the comments. It is not the point of this video. The point is what OOP Media is doing, but there's a little bit of what Natalie considers to be porn in it because I like to watch it. Oh, look at me. I'm like daydreaming over here. I didn't even pull up the video. That's how bad it is. Yep, Natalie the Rubbernecker, Sandy. That is exactly it. This is the kind of thing, like, you will hear me. I have been in the other room watching these types of videos. And Tony's like, what are you watching? Like, are you like, are you, I mean, it's fine if you are, but you watching porn over there just because the sounds that come out of me. And I'm like, no, I'm not. It is better. It is something better. Okay, so here, you'll know it when you see it, but also pay attention to what OOP Media is saying, which is the whole point of this video. It just has a bonus in it for me.
Sign is hanging on. My sign's hanging on there, even in the wind. That was good placement, wasn't it? What's up, Cape?
Oh, there it is. Look at that. I do believe that is an A class. Let's take a look. He's got to go get closer. Oh, I guess he can't get closer to it.
Oh, God. Just getting some entrances to the cult properly marked here, you know? Look at that beautiful sky. It's a beautiful day to not be in a cult, isn't it? Sign is hanging on.
It sure is a beautiful day to not be in a cult. Absolutely. Yes. My RV love. You know, I just love it. I can't get enough. Gabriel Bad Wolf. Yes. It's porn or glamping with her to make noises like that. Exactly. Exactly. Or it's organizing. One of my other, when I need to like brain scrub or just kind of, you know, take a little bit of a break, like what I like to watch outside of Scientology content, it's of course RVs and glamping. Have you guys ever watched the genre of Korean homemakers? And I don't mean builders. I mean at home cooking and cleaning and organizing. Oh my gosh, there's this one called Honey Jubu. She's got like a couple million followers. She is insanely amazing. They do these videos where they just organize and clean and cook. And oh, I just watch it and I'm telling you that for me, that is like porn. That is what gets my blood pumping. I just want to like organize something. And we are today because this morning, Tony got out with some good energy. Like I said, he brought me a cup of coffee, which was amazing because I've missed that. There's nothing more amazing than opening your eyes and having a handsome man standing there, handing you a cup of coffee while you're still in bed. He spoils me. And I love that. But yeah. Ooh, Mama Opal. Yeah, Korean glamper videos are amazing too. Oh, I'm with you on that. You follow, I forget the guy's name, but he's got the van and all his stuff moves on like these, I don't know what you call them, where he moves the lights and everything in it. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, I need to stop talking about that. I diverse. I'm getting distracted. Probably too, because today we're going to do a little bit of organizing. I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's been sending stuff from the Amazon wish list. Tony says to me this morning, he's like, I'm feeling so comfortable. I almost feel bad about it. So many of the things that you guys have gotten off the wish list have definitely been helping him. And we're doing some organizing today so we can get things kind of set up to get him upstairs a little bit more so he can conserve energy and not just go up and down and up and down. I want to share with you guys here. Ooh, Kat K. Thank you for becoming a member. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray for you. Rally Sport says that Leah and Danny are allowed to stay for the event on L. Ron Hubbard, a huge win for protesters. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. In fact, what I wanted to share with you guys was I wanted to pop over to Becky's stream here. It looks like she's...
Hint, hint. You guys can send her business. How do you like that one?
This is her live. They're on L. Ron Hubbard Way right now. In fact, let's go raid Becky. So Nancy, can you share? Actually, you know what? Edit, copy. I think I can share it too, but I want to share a link to Becky's stream so that as we wrap up here, you guys can all go raid Becky. Liz Ferris, thank you for the boob smash, the like, and the flash the subscribe. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Liz, you are the best. So I'm looking at this here. This looks like the event on L. Ron Hubbard Way that was happening, that the street closure was for. So I think it'll be interesting to go check that out. And Christine mentioning she was unsubscribed so check your guys' subscribe button too. And let's give Becky some love and raid. Head over there to Pincha Becky 0F's Given. She is live. She's going to show us what's happening there on L. Ron Hubbard Way. And yeah, this is awesome. That's right. Oh, and Dorothy, it is. My big O is organization. I cannot even tell you. Oh, seriously, like my toes are curling right now just thinking about it. Oh, I'm not even joking. It's like, how bad. But yes, let's room raid Becky, everybody. Head over there. I'm going to be watching her stream. Everybody give her love. Say hello to her. And let's see, hold on. Let me get my stuff together here. Let's get my act together here. Head over there. Give her lots of love. Let's see what's happening out there. Remember, if you see something, say something. Email me, Natalie@lifeafteraccult.com. Let me know what you see. Send me a clip or a link to a video with a timestamp. That's always appreciated, or a link to any articles. And let me know what you're reading and seeing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, you guys. I may or may not jump on later today. I'm thinking about doing, we haven't done kind of an Ask Me Anything in a little while, but we'll see, because I got some organizing to do. Tony has some energy, and I want to take advantage of that because we're getting things set up. So maybe I'll share that with you too. We shall see. But either way, everybody get out there and have the most amazing cult-free day.